I'm at the cemetery. This is part 2 of the little Does the GhostTube Work episode. We drove around for a little bit. I had this GhostTube app on and nothing came through, but it beeps because I was like, I had it by the camera. It was beeping. And so now we're gonna get out and see if like we get like an intelligent response or anything to see if this actually does work. I was using it last night in my room and like I had it turned on just sitting on the bed and I forgot that it was on. And after like 10 minutes of it being on and not saying anything, like I had literally just forgot that it was on. And it said brother out of nowhere and I jumped so high, I peed. It was funny now, but not then. I was terrified for my life. But it hasn't been saying anything so far and it's been on for I don't know how long.
I don't know. I just know it's a junk app. It doesn't do anything.
And we're gonna go outside. It's a little windy, so by a little I mean a lot. It's also only like 40 degrees.
It's 42.
I said like. So I was taking a picture of this, like of this exact area, and as soon as I took a picture it said war. But this isn't the war part of the cemetery. So I don't know.
It just happened to say a word at the same time that your camera flash went off.
My flash didn't go off, I just took a picture.
Same difference. You press the button on the camera, that sends an electronic signal.
Asylum.
Asylum? Huh?
You'll notice mine's going too and it's not saying anything.
Oh, yours is on?
Yeah.
You probably can't see, but it just said Sarah.
And mine said nothing.
So, I don't know. We'll see if one of these graves is named Sarah.
Statistically, at least 2 or 3 of them will be named Sarah. Sarah's a very common name.
Rose.
So it says the one name that isn't here.
Damaged.
Damaged? What's damaged?
This app.
That's not the kind of attitude that we need here today.
No, that app is clearly a joke.
Well, hey look, the stair is damaged.
We're in a cemetery where everything is broken in some way, shape, or
The stair is damaged. Maybe it was telling me that it's damaged.
The headstone is damaged. The road is damaged.
Dude, your brain is damaged. Shut up.
So?
So, we walked up that hill, didn't get anything. We had to take a short break. And now we're walking back this way. It's less windy at the bottom of the hill. Well, and there's a police siren.
No activity from your head.
Can you not? What is up with you insulting me today? Can we be nice?
I am being nice.
No, you're not.
Ow.
What did it say?
Ow.
Satan.
Whew, we got a Satan. Well, so far we've gotten like no intelligent responses.
It's just an app that automatically spits out a random word on a pre-programmed schedule.
Hey, we got damaged, and the stairs were damaged.
So is everything else around here.
Yeah, you see, now you're insulting the cemetery.
It's just a fact. The place is practically falling apart. Especially the roads.
Well, this is Illinois. Every road is damaged.
Yeah. I don't deny that.
So his just said hell, and mine said never. So Satan, hell, never.
To be accurate, we've got Arthur, Hal, and Hell.
Well, I've got Sarah, damaged.
As the iron bench sets it off.
Well, now we are at the Lady in White, and if you haven't seen that video, I did a whole video on that. You having fun?
It's iron, it sets it off.
So we've been here for a little bit. Oh, I swiped to a weird filter. It said car, and look where we're walking to.
What a surprise, it said car while we're on a road walking.
You're on a road walking. Do you just like doing that? Have soda.
Yeah, well, according to the timestamps, each word was 10 minutes apart on mine, almost to the second.
War at 1:33, and then asylum at 1:44. What should I do at 1:45? And then Sarah at 1:46, and then damaged at 1:47. And then I turned it off for a few minutes. And then when I turned it back on, at 1:55 it said Satan, and then at 1:56 it said never, and then at 2:01 it said car. This will be our last part. It's a day later. We're gonna try this GhostTube thing out again. I have Amber here, and the K2 meter, and the Ouija board, and we have our GhostTube thingies on. And will it? Does this have a magnet?
Patient.
Said patient.
Patient for what? Like, what do they mean patient? What do you mean patient? I just lost every thought that I had in my head. What was I even saying?
You were seeing if the K2 meter would pick up.
Be quiet.
Man, it just doesn't like you lately. Well, you know what the K2 meter does is the EMF.
K2 meter is an EMF reader, so it picks up electromagnetic fluctuations.
But it'll do that, so if a spirit's in here, you can go near that and light it up. Does my phone make it light up? No. Do you make it light up? No. And the camera's too far away to make it light up. So far we've got patient and be quiet.
Yeah.
It just doesn't like it when you talk, I guess.
Well, mine said patient, yours said be quiet, and that's down to the timing because yours turned on after mine. And it is, best I can tell, programmed to automatically spit out words if it goes too long without having any other triggers.
Okay, memory card was full, but Tyler is using a camera. Well, he's setting the flash off, and every time he does, one of our things or both of our apps says something, so.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was triggered by the actual flash itself or by the high-pitched noise that it makes when the flash recharges. And of course, this time it's not going to do anything. Things only work when they're not being recorded.
But it literally does. It said friend when I turned it off, and
You're gonna have to put a seizure warning on this if I keep playing with the flash. Cover the flash so we don't cause people seizures, because it's the high-pitched noise it makes when it recharges that I question. Button?
Help.
Yep. The high-pitched noise the camera makes as the capacitors recharge triggers it.
try it next to mine.
So it's not every time, but it does trigger it. So far, 3 out of 4.
Yeah. So what in it would cause it? Like, is it just the noise, or is there's no magnet in
It's
it?
just the noise.
Alice.
There it goes. It
Alice?
just took a minute to actually go off. But yeah, the noise that the camera makes it spikes right about there when
Yeah.
that sound goes off, and it triggers it to say something if it picks up the noise loud.
What should I do?
What should you do? You should make the K2 meter light up so I know that you're here. If you can do that, I'll know that you're here.
So yours, and this could be down to a difference between Apple and iPhone, or Apple and Android, yours goes off about 30 to 45 seconds after the camera flash, and mine goes off basically immediately when it goes off. So one more try. See, mine's not going to go off now.
Sister.
See?
Sister.
30 to 45 seconds after the camera goes off, yours speaks.
And it's done that every time.
So I think we can safely say that it's, at least that portion of the app is debunked, if it's that easy to trigger.
That red light's on.
Oh yeah,
Spooked me.
forgot.
So then you know that if you're out with a camera and you're taking pictures.
Hello.
Hello, I'm Abby.
Taking pictures with a camera that has a flash is going to trigger this about 95% of the time. We also tested it by holding it up to magnetic objects, and that triggered it. Heck, it got triggered a couple times driving down the road from the bumping.
Your steering wheel.
Yeah, my steering wheel triggered it a couple times. So basically it's going to get triggered from any high-pitched noise, anything magnetic coming too close to it, and if those don't trigger it, it seems to have a built-in timer to automatically say something after a certain amount of time if none of the other triggers have happened. What is the Spirit Box? No, Spirit Box is the radio
GhostTube.
frequency. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking of the term for the actual portion. But yeah, so this GhostTube, their little ghost dictionary thing is, I'd say, safely debunked. Well, it's pretty safe to say that's debunked. You know, the EMF detector is not an EMF detector. The EMF detector is just a magnet detector. So it reacts to magnetism. It reacts to an actual magnet, not electromagnetic frequency changes. So it only goes off if you get it near something metallic.
Maybe I could get some energy going.
And then on the Android version, there is a proximity sensor that is not on the Apple version. But that proximity sensor is literally, it just uses the front-facing depth perception sensor to tell if something is too close to the front of your phone. It does not work on the rear-facing camera.
Are there any spirits here? If you are, make the K2 meter light up or say something through the GhostTube.
Yeah, do something, you pussies.
I hear you.
Yes. Yes, you hear Tyler?
Doom.
What'd that say?
Doom.
Oh, well, goodbye. I'm just gonna leave that there.
Ain't shit gonna happen to me.
We're safe. If you're here, do something. Make a knock.
Set off the meter, knock over the
Damaged.
doll. I'm damaged. Yeah, this thing just spits out random words.
That was the same word that we heard yesterday, too.
Yeah. Make the meter go off, knock over the doll, do something.
Use the energy in this room. There's devices all over for you to use. Make yourself known.
Don't shut off our grow lights, these plants are sensitive. Disclaimer, we're talking about fucking, like,
Oh,
actual
you're gonna make people
flowers.
think that we're growing weed.
We're talking about actual flowers, man.
I'm gonna have to show my daisies in the vlog now. If anybody heard that noise, that was the heater. It always does that.
Yeah, it's like really twisted and deformed, so it crackles and pops constantly. So we have these little radiant heater things along the bottom of the wall. We don't have forced air and forced heat. That constant low droning noise, if it's even hearable on the recording, is the fish filter. The knocking, tapping noise is also the heater. It's not raining inside, and it's not fingers tapping on glass, it's just the heater. I'm sure.
Notice how it hasn't gone off in how long? I've learned that it does that. If you swiped
Your phone, when you refresh the screen, uses cellular data.
There we go.
Yeah, it uses cellular data for a brief moment, which causes the meter to go off.
So when I tap on the words that I want to hear, it'll go off.
Mm-hmm.
But it said, I hear you at 10:54, and it's now 10:59. It hasn't said anything since then.
Yeah, because it uses, when you tap on the word, it loads it uses the internet just briefly to pull it up from memory. No, mine doesn't. Mine saves it locally on the phone. Yours appears to save it to a server off the phone. Yeah, yours uses data when you pull it up. Mine doesn't. Then again, my phone triggers it at all times because my GPS is turned on at all times.
Yeah, mine is only while using an app.
Yeah, mine's on at all times.
But that's what people need to be careful about is, like, if you have your phone in your back pocket and you're using a K2 meter, it can still pick it up from, like, 3 or 4 feet away.
Yeah, if your GPS is on or your mobile data is in use at all, it'll trigger the meter every time.
So be careful for all you beginner ghost hunters. I know there's some of them that watch my videos. I think we've pretty much debunked this app.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is just our opinion and our findings on it. If you like this app and you like to use it, you can go right ahead and do that. But this is...
Doctor.
I'm not a doctor. But I don't really believe in apps in the first place because people can literally just
program them to do whatever they want to make them look halfway real.
and then lie. So I'm not personally a big fan of them. I know I've used them before in previous videos, but I think that they're fun for the spooky aspect. Like if you want to make a spooky video or just mess around and try to learn, like this is and if you don't have the money for an actual like spirit box or paranormal puck or anything, like, yeah, the apps are fun to mess around with, but I don't think it's as good as the real thing.
I'd say in 99% of cases, they're just completely fake.
Because I've downloaded...
Patient.
It said that on your phone right when we started.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor and patient.
Yeah, it cycles through a series of words. So we've got specific noise frequencies that it responds to, aka the camera flash. Pretty much any noise in that same frequency range will set it off, because every time it spikes in that same place on my phone, I get a word, and so do you.
Mine just takes a little bit longer.
Yeah, yours has a delay as to when it spits out the words, mine doesn't. And the fact that there are clear differences between how the Android phone app reacts and the Apple phone reacts is a pretty clear sign that it's a scam, because if it was real, it would react the same regardless of the platform that it's running on.
Yeah. That's our findings. If you have any apps you want me to try out, or if you've had any experiences with these apps or anything, let me know in the comments. Tell me a little story about it. Tell me what you think. I want to hear your opinions. But so like and subscribe, and we'll be back next week for another spooky video.